So YouTube is lagging, and no, not like the normal way you're thinking of, where maybe the videos are loading a little slow, or maybe the tab is a little slow to respond and stuff. No, YouTube's website is actually being affected by a major bug that causes individual video tabs to consume over 7 GB of RAM each. That's quite a lot of memory used just to watch one video. Users are experiencing severe lag, frozen tabs, and in some cases, the entire browser becomes unresponsive. The issue stems from an endless loop in how the interface handles the action buttons below the video player. So like, share, save, and etc. The layout code repeatedly shows and hides buttons as it tries to fit them into the available space, triggering constant browser recalculations. This bug impacts Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Brave, and other browsers, so pretty much every single major browser that people use. A reliable temporary fix is to block the problematic menu using an ad blocker such as uBlock Origin. Add this filter. This removes the buttons under the player, but immediately stops the memory leak and freezing. And this is not just happening to a few people. I've seen this happening to thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions, because so many people have been talking about this on Twitter. And people having memory issues on YouTube is something I've seen people complaining about for a while, but I've never seen it this bad. And there seems to actually be an explanation on why or how this is happening. This is pretty much a brand new thing, so people have only been experiencing this in the last few days. But tons of posts on people on Reddit and Twitter are talking about this. And so according to Android Authority, the specific issue is happening because it's a rendering bug in YouTube code that sends browsers into an infinite loop. Essentially, the code issue makes browsers render and resize visual elements of YouTube's web player in endless and rapid fashion, overwhelming the computer's processors and memory. The developers on Mozilla's forum say that the YTD menu renderer tag, which houses the like, dislike, and share buttons, is causing the visual bugs. This is a flexible menu that dynamically shows and hides buttons based on the available screen width. The developers explain that YTD menu renderer works by removing one button automatically if they are overflowing on the screen and putting the buttons back when the menu element widens. The code is intended to ensure only the buttons that fit on your screen comfortably are shown. So this person, as you can see over here, says that the problem seems to be happening in the YTD menu renderer tag. That's part of the YouTube with the like/dislike buttons. Fractional scaling related, perhaps, pretty common on Windows. The flexible menu appears to work as follows. If the menu element is wider than the last time, put all buttons back. If the buttons are overflowing, remove one button. And I think the idea is that removing a button would not increase the width, but from the profile, it seems that the menu element does get wider as a result of removing a button. The result is an infinite loop of request animation frame, but worse, every RAF callback ends up calling request animation frame twice, so we end up with 2 times the number of RAF callbacks on the same tick. Here are the stacks for the request animation frame calls. I haven't yet been able to diagnose what causes host element.client width to grow as a result of removing the button, or why it happens for some people but not for others. In my browser, resizing the browser on a YouTube video page does what you'd expect to the buttons under the video. This actually reminds me of some YouTube glitchers back in the day that were actually able to freeze YouTube through some crazy glitches that they were discovering. And maybe some of them are actually related to what's happening nowadays, because some of them actually did have to do with the width of a video. There's a specific video link over here where if you're opening it was actually freezing your entire YouTube tab, but unfortunately the YouTube account associated with this video has been terminated. Maybe YouTube terminated them for inauthentic content, as they've been doing to everybody. But anyways, yeah, there was this video made from another glitcher where the video was way wider than a normal video, and this was another thing that was like freezing the YouTube tab and making it go extremely slow. That video has also been unfortunately removed because the channel owner has been terminated. But yeah, essentially it seems to have to do with the visual elements on the YouTube page itself, like the like share. It's basically a never-ending cycle that forces your browser and PC to keep calculating, resizing, and rendering YouTube's flexible menu. This bug places extra strain on a user's system resources. Users spotted their browser's RAM usage spike from a few hundred megabytes to consuming multiple gigabytes after attempting to play a YouTube video. Others noticed their CPU core usage skyrocket while using YouTube's web player, as documented by another Reddit post. People's computers have been like straight up breaking just by trying to watch YouTube videos, and no, it has nothing to do with them getting hacked or anything like that. This is just YouTube in general at the moment. The weird thing about it is that a lot of these, internet geniuses over here that are a lot smarter than me, they aren't able to actually pinpoint what is going on and why this is only happening to some people and not others. So at first they were trying to find like some pattern with what browser was being used, but there doesn't seem to be any connection there at the moment. A lot of people have been saying that they've been experiencing issues like this just after they installed the latest update for YouTube. They even reinstalled Firefox, but they're still getting the same issue. And so my stupid theories, coming from a stupid person on exactly why this might be happening, my first instinct was that this might actually be YouTube's way to once again throttle people who are using an ad blocker. This is something I've made several videos about, but YouTube seems to love to throttle people who are using an ad blocker and make it seem like their YouTube browser does not work. And they have like random features turned off whenever you use an ad blocker on YouTube. This has been happening to people sporadically throughout the years. Like, for example, some people who have an ad blocker turned on, their comments on every single video is turned off. And no, it's not the YouTuber they're watching that is doing it. No, some people just straight up can't see the comments when they have the ad blocker on. Other people see this for every single video that they see. This content isn't available. Try again later. They turn off their ad blocker. All of a sudden, they can see all the videos that used to have this error. They turn off their ad blocker. All of a sudden, they can see all the comments that they couldn't see before. So YouTube has been waging war against ad blockers and trying to like create like these weird visual and sometimes functional glitches on the website where it makes it seem like you actually can't use YouTube until you turn your ad blocker off. Here's another one I frequently talk about where your homepage looks like none of the thumbnails or titles are loading in, but when you turn off your ad blocker, it goes back to normal. So that was my first instinct, but as you guys saw from the first tweet that we read, that actually doesn't seem to be the case because apparently using uBlock Origin is actually a way to temporarily fix this issue. Yes, that is correct. Using an ad blocker can actually fix this YouTube glitch or bug apparently because you just block the problematic menu using an ad blocker such as uBlock Origin. And I have been seeing people on Twitter saying that, oh, this is not happening on Brave browser though, but again, that doesn't seem to actually be the case because people who have Brave browser have been reporting in the last 5 or 6 days that they have been experiencing this lag as well. Lately, I've been noticing that videos in Brave browser was lagging or choppy, and while the Brave browser was running, my laptop would run very slow or even lag while nothing else is running except the browser. What is the solution for this? I've tried switching on and off the hardware acceleration and a few other steps, but it's not working. They actually did provide a little video as well so that we can look at and see how the lag is. So when we go ahead and play over here, it looks like when the video is playing, their laptop just isn't functioning normally, and they said that they are actually experiencing tons of lag, even just doing other things in their laptop as well. Here's another person posting on the Brave browser Reddit specifically saying YouTube video lagging. This video goes slow for a second. It's like a lag for less than a second. After a couple minutes, it's annoying. I just want to know if other people have the same problem or it's just my PC. And other people in the comments are even saying that they're experiencing the same thing. So yeah, YouTube seems to be going through a website-wide lag issue right now. I will try to go ahead and bring this to YouTube's attention on Twitter, through their team YouTube account, but they don't seem to like me that much anymore. I still remember when they said that they liked the idea of doing an interview with me on my channel, and then they completely ghosted me. Maybe the YouTube employee that I spoke to about it realized that, oh, actually, he's probably not going to take it easy on us. He's probably going to ask us some pretty hard-hitting questions. But yeah, as you can see, they kind of left me on red. So I will reach out to them again and see if they have some sort of answer for this whole YouTube lag thing going on. Let me know if you guys have experienced it. Let me know if you guys were able to fix it in any sort of way. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the situation in the comments. YouTube seems to be experiencing quite a lot of lag. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more. See ya.